Last week I published the "Don't You Dare Sell Silver Now" video, not because I think prices are moving up and you'll get a better price if you wait for a while. Rather, that video was about the low premiums online dealers are paying to buy back your silver, even at below spot price. Below spot is bad. Just think of all those talking heads on social media who have been telling us about price manipulation, and silver should really be 4 times what it is today, if only there were true price discovery. Yet, bullion dealers are offering even less than those so-called manipulated prices, especially for one type of silver. What is going on? Let's get right into it. This table lists buyback prices for a couple of online dealers. This is publicly available information right on their website. Anyone can look this up themselves. Not all websites show buyback prices, but the first of these does. It's Bullion Exchanges, which consistently has some of the cheapest prices online. For 1 ounce random silver rounds, they're offering 50 cents below spot. All rounds and coins in this comparison are based on the price for a tube of the product. So in this case, the price is for 20 silver rounds. If you want to buy these, the price is $1.55 over spot for a spread between sell and buy of $2.05, making this one of the best deals here. Next are American Silver Eagles at $1.75 over spot, and then Silver Maple Leafs are 25 cents over spot. It's interesting that the spread for Silver Eagles is actually better than Maple Leafs. It's usually the other way around. Silver Britannias are getting 25 cents over spot, just like Maple Leafs. Let's move on to bars where the situation isn't too pretty. 10-ounce bars are getting 50 cents below spot. This is alarming because we usually prefer larger weights as stackers because you get a lower premium when you buy them. But right here, the spread is worse than for 1-ounce rounds at $2.26 versus $2.05. 1 kilo bars bring in even less at 75 cents below spot. And finally, for 100-ounce bars, I couldn't find a buy price, but we will find one on the next dealer. JM Bullion consistently has some of the highest prices online. For 1 ounce silver rounds, they're offering $1.09 below spot to buy it. Wow, guys, $1.09 below spot. Silver Eagles are bringing $2.26 over spot. Maple Leafs are $1.01 over spot. Britannias are 19 cents below spot. $2 below spot for 10-ounce silver bars. I don't know what to say about that. 75 cents below spot for kilo bars, and $2 below spot for 100-ounce silver bars. Alright, so there's the price list. Obviously, these dealers don't need your silver. They have plenty, and that's what these low prices prove to us. If they needed more inventory, they'd offer higher prices. I can't imagine having to accept $2 below spot for my 10-ounce bars. But that's the reality of the market we're in. It's a buyer's market. It's great if you have capital parked off to the side and you can afford to buy up silver or gold when it goes on sale. A lot of people are feeling the pinch of inflation, though. A lot of people at their job, they see the orders coming in, and the orders are getting less and less. The jobs at the print shop are getting fewer and fewer. Then, when they understand what the handwriting on the wall is telling them, they cut back on spending. So, we see this pullback. Guys, silver bullion buyers have pulled way back, and might even pull back further. Lower premiums if you're a buyer, and lower premiums if you're a seller. It's a buyer's market. I sure hope that you and I can get through this and not have to sell at such low prices in order to pay an unexpected bill. This article was on CNBC today. Gold retreats as safe haven rally fizzles. Gold hit a 2-week low on Tuesday as a safe haven rally triggered by the Middle East tensions lost steam, with the market focus turning to interest rate cues from the Fed. We produced this chart ourselves using data we've collected, which shows the flight to safety in gold was weak. It was not a strong move, and now we're seeing that weakness in gold prices today. But weren't gold and silver supposed to moon? Weren't they going double parabolic any day now? I guess that depends on which channels we're watching. Look, I talk a lot about these ridiculous pump channels, and maybe I talk too much about it, but that's where it's coming from. I get it that talking about $300 silver is a form of entertainment. It's fun to watch and dream of buying a house with a bar of silver. Last night I watched Sharknado on TV. That's my kind of entertainment. Don't judge me. If somebody wants to believe in a flat earth, then who am I to judge? If somebody wants to believe in $300 silver, then who am I to tell them it's bad entertainment? It just becomes a problem when we start to actually believe this stuff is real. Look, I was stacking since before the Hunt brothers. Before anybody even knew that silver could moon. I'd ride my bicycle down to the bank to buy rolls of $half in order to pick out the silver 50-cent pieces. I didn't know I was coin roll hunting at the time. I was just desperate. My local coin shop had a roll of Franklin $half that I wanted so badly, but just didn't have the money to buy. So, out of necessity, I figured out how to find junk silver on the cheap. Man, those were the days. Every roll would have at least one silver coin in it, but silver hadn't mooned yet. Nobody knew that it could go from $4 to $50 an ounce. In inflation-adjusted dollars, silver had reached something like $180 an ounce. Then the government stepped in and crashed the market by implementing new margin rules on silver futures. Overnight, in January 1980, the bubble in silver popped. It was all over because that $50 an ounce price wasn't a true price. It was a mania. So, if inflation-adjusted $180 an ounce was a mania price, then how could anybody today believe that silver should be $300? Only in a mania could it reach that price. I'm not discounting the possibility of a mania, and really, I hope it happens. I'll sell all my stack to some fool who believes in $600 silver. Sure, that was the 70s, and this is now. Things are different. Today we have so much more industrial demand, be it electronics or solar panels. And what about the silver deficit of the last few years? True, but the 70s usage for silver in film photography was close to solar panel usage today. Really, there are many similarities to today. There was a silver shortage in the 1970s. The silver market was driven by a surge in demand for industrial and investment purposes. Industrial demand was boosted by the growing use of silver in electronics, photography, and semiconductors. Investment demand was also strong, as silver was seen as a hedge against inflation and a store of value. The increased demand for silver outstripped supply, and the price of silver soared from $1.29 in 1970 to $49.45 per ounce in 1979. This price spike led to a silver shortage, as industrial and investment users scrambled to secure supplies. The shortage caused significant disruptions to the silver market and led to hoarding of silver by investors. And finally, the Hunt brothers believed they could drive up the price of silver to astronomical levels and make a fortune. They almost succeeded. It's possible that we could experience another mania. I personally believe that we will. However, predicting when it will occur is anyone's guess. One thing is certain, it's not happening right now. Animal spirits are nowhere near what they were in 1979. So hang on to your silver if you've got it. Try not to get discouraged in this down market. I think it's going to get a lot better soon. That's all I have for you today. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.